So good afternoon to all. So what about yesterday's exercise? Do you have any doubts in yesterday's exercise? So yesterday we discussed about loops and shift register feedback node we discussed over there. Okay. So do you have any doubts on yesterday's exercise? If you have doubts, means just tell me. We'll solve the doubt. Then we'll go for today's class. Okay. Quickly tell me. Do you have any doubts in any problem? Means just tell me. We'll solve that problem. Then we'll go for our today's topic. Okay. So tell me quickly through chat comments quickly. Solve Fibonacci series. Okay, Fibonacci series. Okay. So what about reducing the tank from 100 to 0? So Fibonacci series. Okay, we will see. What about the second problem? Design a automatic reduction of tank from 100 to 0. Yesterday we discussed about tank will start from 0 to 100. The tank will go. Okay, but how we will make the tank from 100 to 0? It's very simple. Okay, you have to use only one simple logic. You have to use it over there. Okay, if you are thinking about a decrement function, means decrement will not do, but kind of decrement function will do that. Okay, which function will do this particular thing? What is the logic basically to decrease the tank? Okay, Fibonacci we will see. Okay, so what is the logic behind that? Decrease the tank from 100 to 0. N minus I. Okay, so you can able to give N minus I. So which means we are going to fill the tank up to 100. Okay, so you can able to subtract the value from, you have to subtract, again, not decrement, you have to subtract the value. What is the maximum value of a tank? Okay, that you can able to use, or else you can pass the N value as a input and you can subtract with the I value, means iteration value, means that you will get the answer over there. Okay, so this way you can able to do that. Okay, shift register, yes, shift register you may consider super. Shift register feedback node, but shift register is a good choice, but without using shift register also we can able to do this problem. Okay, kindly, so just by subtracting the value 100 from I value, means you will get the answer. Okay, simple problem. Then what about the last problem? Factorial of a given number. Factorial of a given number. So I said to use while loop. Okay, not for loop. The problem can be done in for loop also, but to practice while loop, I just make it as a while loop over there. So what is the logic you will use? Simple thing. So logic is very simple. Factorial. You can use shift register. Definitely you have to use one storing value. Okay, then only you can able to you will get the answer over there. Okay, either you have to use shift register or you have to use feedback node. Anything is fine. Okay, so you can use anything over that. That is depend upon your convenience. Yesterday I said. Okay, so what about last problem? So do you have any doubts in that last factorial of a number? Factorial? No? No. Okay, so simple thing. Okay, so there numeric 5 will be I am giving there. So 5 factorial will be basically answer is 120 you will get. Okay, so what about this array result? How you will get this array result? I said to use while loop. Okay, not for loop. How you will get this array result? Tell me how you will get this array result. How you will get this array result over there? Array result. Tunnel mode. Okay, so I said in for loop by default you will get the indexing tunnel mode you will get. Okay, in while loop what is the default tunnel mode you will get? In for loop the default tunnel mode will be indexing. Okay, but in while loop what is the default tunnel mode you got there? Yesterday we discussed 4 tunnel modes there. Okay, so in while loop what is the tunnel you got there? So definitely indexing will not come. Okay, indexing you have to change that value to indexing. Okay, default indexing will not come. Okay, what is the tunnel you got in while loop? So you will get a yes. Abhil has given the answer. Last value you will get. Okay, so you will get the last value tunnel you will get. Kindly make a note of that. Okay, by default in while loop tunnel will be last value tunnel value you will get, but you can change the tunnel value to indexing or concatenating or conditional. Okay, all will be accepted over there. Okay, so for while loop also if you are using indexing means so you will get the array result over there. Okay, so these are the things over there. Okay, so first we'll complete that Fibonacci, then we'll go for today's topic. Okay, so first, what is the logic behind Fibonacci? First, what is the logic behind Fibonacci series? So see here, the answer is come. I am using the for loop. Okay, why I am telling for loop means that I am giving the loop count. I am using that. Okay, so loop count means definitely that's going to be a for loop. Or if you want while loop means use any conditions over there. Okay, if you are not using condition means the program will run continuously until you are stopping the program over there. Okay, so what I am going to do here means so simply if you had, so here the value 1 and this one will be initialized value. Okay, so in text based programming, what you will do means you will initialize two variables here. You will initialize I value, and you will initialize the j value also. I and j you will initialize same way. Here I am going to initialize two values, 1 and 1 I am initializing over there. Then later, how we are getting a value 2 means the previous value, these two values getting added over there. Okay, so 1 plus 1 you are getting the new answer, 2 you are getting there. Then how about 3 means, so if you are adding the last two value means 1 plus 2 will get the answer 3. Then 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 3 5 plus 3 will get the answer 8. Like that it will keep on, it will go. Okay, so simple thing, let me do it in LabVIEW so that you will have an idea. Okay, so I am going to take the for loop. The problem can be done in for loop or while loop, both are either we can use any loop over there. Okay, so I am going with the for loop, so I'm taking the for loop here. So why you are getting broken run arrow here? Why you are getting broken run arrow in this place? Why you are getting broken run arrow? Which terminal is not connected here? Which terminal is not connected? So here you have to provide the n value. N value is not connected. So right click, create constant. So go with a constant. Okay, so if you want control means go for that. Okay, or else maximum time go with a constant. I'm going for constant value 5. I am giving that. Okay, now we are going to perform the Fibonacci series. Basically in Fibonacci series, what is the thing we are doing means we are adding the last two previous value we are adding over there. Okay, so I am going to take the addition value here. I'm just taking the addition value. Okay, so to make that I want to pass the previous value. So here I require the two values I require over there, so that I want to go for right click. I am going to add a shift register. Okay, this is the first shift register, but what happening is I want to initialize the two values, one I want to initialize over there. Okay, so that so I can able to initialize the value 1 here. Okay, I'm initializing the value 1 in this place, but I need another one value for the addition function, so this will be connected to this place. Okay, so I want one more value I require over there. Okay, what I'm going to do means I am going to take the, I'm not going to take the new shift register, I am going to take the stacked shift register. How you will take stacked shift register means right click on that LSR, go for add element, you will get a stacked shift register. Okay, and going to be the initial value of this one also 1, so both are 1. So if both are added means we will get the answer. So I'm going to do this method over there. Okay, now just put a indicator. So right click, create indicator. Okay, just create an indicator over there. Okay, so what will happen if you run the program? What will happen if you run the program? What will happen if you run the program? So the value will be, the output will be results in the 2 it will start over there. Okay, value will starting from 1 plus 1 will come over there, but the value will be here, the value will stored value will be, so you will get the value 2, you will get it over there. Okay, we have to get as an answer 1 over there. So simply what I'm going to do means instead of taking wire, I'm just going taking a wire from this place. We'll see now what happening there. So let me put a highlight execution, then running the VI. We'll see what's the results is happening there. So we're getting the answer like 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. I'm getting over there. Okay, but we have to get the value 1. That the 1 has to come for twice the time I have to get it over there. Okay, so but here, but it's following the same order over there. Okay, if you could able to see the diagram means 1 plus 2, it's getting the 3. Okay, simply what I'm going to do means I am going to initialize one of the value with a 0 over there. Okay, so 0 over there. Now 0 plus 1 will come over there. See here. Now let me connect like this. So see here, simple logic. Okay, so I'm not telling you have to follow the same thing, but simple logic I'm implementing over there. That's it. Okay, if you're taking wire from this wire placement, what will happen? So value will be starting from 0 only, you will get it over there. Okay, now see the answer what you are getting. So 1 0 you are getting over there. Okay, so see that, so you are getting the value 1 0 you are getting over there. So better I will change the value to 1, it will be 0 here. Now we'll see what happening there. I connect the wire here. Okay. So both values must initialize over there. Now it will start from 1. So it's starting from 2 only, it's taking there. Okay, So see the answer now. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. If you increase the loop count means, so you will get the consecutive answers over there. Okay. Understood now? Understood? The small logic over there. Okay. But here stacked shift register will play major role. Okay. Here we have to start the value from 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. That's the reason I am just before I made some initialization, wrong initialization over there. Okay. 0, 1 I made, 1, 1 I made. That's why I'm not getting the proper answer over there. Okay. But now I just changed that based on the execution. I just changed the initialization value. Now I'm getting the correct answer over there. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. So if you are increasing loop count, still the value will be getting increased over there. Okay. So this is the logic behind the Fibonacci series over there. Okay. Understood now? So kindly take down this problem quickly. Any doubt means just tell me. Okay. So kindly take down the problem. Okay. Yes, feedback node also will pass through the tunnel. Feedback node also will pass. No problem. Anywhere you can, if you are taking wire inside the loop means all value you can able to push it outside the loop also. So no problem. If anybody trying with the feedback means just think about and then try. Okay, because in feedback node yesterday itself we concluded feedback will store only one value. Okay, you have to think how to implement in feedback. Okay, if it is possible to implement in feedback means yes, super, but you have to get the right answer. Okay, if not means go with the shift register. Okay, again I am telling the feedback shift register is a user conveniential. Okay, so here which one you are feeling comfortable to do the problem, you can able to make use of that. Okay. So done means tell me quickly. We'll go for today's topic. Okay. So are you all getting the video link in your mail? I hope I am sending the video link daily. If you want means refer the video link. Okay. If you are getting any problem with that means I don't know whether it's you have to tell. Okay, whether did you open any video or not? Okay, did you open any video? I sent 3 videos. Did you open any videos? It's opening. It's opening means just tell me. Okay, because then only I can able to know whether the video is working properly or not. Okay, working properly means can able to make use of that. Okay. Okay, thank you. So we'll go for now today's topic. Okay, so today what we are going to discuss means first thing we are going to discuss about case structure. Okay, so very simple. First thing we are going to discuss case structure, then we are going to discuss about sub VI. Okay, totally we are going to discuss 3 things here. First thing will be, first topic will be case structure, then second one will be sub VI. Sub VI we are going to discuss, and third one will be graphs and charts. Okay, graphs and charts. We are going to discuss these three topics over there. Okay, if time permits means we'll discuss graphs and charts. Okay, or else we'll discuss on Monday. Okay, Monday anyway we'll start with the DACMX. Okay, I said data acquisition will be available. We'll start with that. I will talk about it later. In between, if he gets the time at the end of the class means we are going to play one game in LabVIEW. Okay, so these are the things we are going to do. Basically, we are going to do 4 things. We'll see the time. Depend upon that, we'll go for either graphs and charts or we'll go with the game. Okay. The last thing we are going to do, we are going to play one game, 1 or 2 games in LabVIEW itself. Okay. So that's an online game we are going to play. Okay. So these are the things. So that online game is going to be a how we are going to play means based on your interaction in the today's class. I will plan. Okay. If you are not interacting with me means I won't go for that game. Okay. So you have to interact with me. So as how we are doing the daily basis. Now we'll discuss about case structure. What is case structure? Why we need a case structure? Do you have any idea about case structure? What is case structure? What is the purpose of using case structure? Because yesterday we discussed about loop we know. Okay, the loop will do some work over there. Okay, it will run the same task for a number of times and it will up to the condition satisfied, the loop will be executed over there. Okay, what about case structure? Simply say case structure means switch case. Okay, in text based programming that is a switch case value. Okay, how switch case will execute and what is the purpose of using the switch case statement in text based programming? Running the particular task to choose the option based on the condition. Okay, super. choice, okay, based on the condition, one of many codes will be executed, one after one functioning, okay. So basically case structure means so simply now come to the lab, okay, in case structure or switch case, whatever if you are considering means so you have some, you will write some of the 2 or more than 10 statements or 15 statements you will write over there, okay. Based on your user choice, you can able to execute the particular thing over particular statement, you can able to execute over there, okay. So suppose you are writing a 10 cases, you are at 10 switch cases you are writing in the program, in your text based, you are writing 10 cases you are writing over there. I want to execute the fifth case, means you will give one choice, you will give, okay, the choice will be case 5 you are giving, means the case 5 will be executed and it will be, the statement will break it over there and loop will be terminated, okay, the statement will be terminated over there, okay. That is basically a switch case in text based program. How we are going to implement in LabVIEW means it's very simple, okay. So where you will find case structure means right click on the block diagram, go to structure palette, just create a new VA again, okay. So go to function palette, structure, there, go for case structure, you have a case structure will be available. Take the case structure and just drag it, take the case structure and drag it, okay. So in case structure you have a totally 2 terminals will be available over there, okay. Very important, 2 things are available. So this is going to be a selector label, kindly make a note of that, okay. Because this is very important in case structure. So selector label will be available here, you can't able to type anything over there, okay. Based on the data type you are connecting here, automatically will change over there, okay. So I will tell all those things one by one. So here this is the selector label and this terminal is very required terminal, okay. So this is the required terminal. If you are not connected this terminal means you will get a broken run arrow, you will get, okay, unvalid selector will be available, okay. So what is the data type will be accepted by the selector terminal, the case selector means, so just note down that. So case selector terminal will accept following data types, okay. First one will be numeric integer, okay. First one is numeric integer, okay, and second one will be, first one is numeric integer and second one will be boolean. First one is numeric integer, second one is boolean data type, third one will be string data type, fourth one is enum data type, okay. Fourth one will be enum data type and fifth one is going to be a error cluster, okay. Totally it will accept 5 data types over there, okay. So it will not accept the array value and it will not accept the cluster value, okay. Error cluster is different from the cluster. We'll discuss that in data acquisition, we'll discuss that what is error cluster, okay. Now as of now the basic data type will be accepted by the case selector terminal, that is this terminal, selector terminal will be, so numeric integer, boolean, string, enum and error cluster. We'll discuss all those things over there, okay. So these are the 5 data types only accepted by the selector terminal, okay. So now currently what is the data type will be used by this case structure here, will be used by the selector terminal now. So now boolean is default, they are giving the boolean, okay, but still we are getting the broken runner, okay. So they are not mentioning the boolean will be a default data type, okay. Boolean is mentioned over there, but it's not exactly, boolean is not initialized over there, okay. First we'll go with the numeric integer, we'll see, okay. So I am going to take the numeric value, numeric control I'm taking there, okay. So here we can able to name it as choice, okay. For the familiar word, okay, that's why I'm going for choice. So I said numeric integer, I said, okay, if you're, what happen if you connect double representation, whether it will accept or not? What happen if you connect numeric double representation? DBL, super. So Abhilash give the answer. That is, if you are connecting the DBL representation, mean it will accept, okay, it will accept, okay, but question that will come over there, okay. So that's very important, so you have to know that, okay. That's why always it's very important to use the representation will be I32 will be the correct representation. Even if you are using I16 also you will get a question that. So proper representation for numeric integer will be I32. So here I will mention better. So it's a I32, okay. So why I'm telling I32 means you may try I16 or whatever you can try, okay. But the LabVIEW developers given the default data type will be I32 they provided over there, so that we can't able to change the data type of this selector terminal for numeric, okay. So I'm connecting the choice terminal I'm connecting over there. Once you connected the numeric value, see, if you drop down this selector label, means you will get the 0 and 1 will be available over there. Okay, now you are getting currently 0th case and first case will be available. So always well, the case will start from 0. Okay, if you want, means make it as 0 also, nothing will happen. Now we have a 0 will be available, 1 will be available. Now if you want to add the cases, means right click, go for right click on that case structure. Okay, so right click on that case structure, go to add case after. Okay, add case after. Or else suppose I am in 0th case, I want to add one case here, means right click, go for add case after. Likewise also you can able to do the program over there. Okay, so these are the things you can able to know. Okay, so some people may think about sir, what, how to 0 3 1 2 I'm getting there. Okay, so the order you can able to change. Okay, that will not make any sense to the program. Okay, can able to add the cases in your program over there. Okay, now with this a simple case structure, what the problem we are going to perform means, if the input choice will be 0, means we are going to basically perform the simple arithmetic operation we are going to perform over there. Okay, if my choice will be 0, means, that is, if my choice will be 0, means I am going to execute the addition value. If my choice is 1, means I am going to execute the subtraction. Second choice is 2, means multiplication. 3 means division I am going to execute over there. Okay, so these are the 4 things I am going to perform over there. Okay, performing these all those things, how many inputs you require? Suppose I will go for 0th case. Okay, so I'm going for 0th case, so I'm going to place the addition. Okay, in 0th case I'm going to perform addition over there. Okay, so for addition, how many input terminal you require? How many controls you require? How many controls you require? That control might be any data type. Okay, might be integer or dbl. Okay, whatever the things. Okay, now I'm going to create the control over there. So first control, and this is the one more control. Okay, 2 controls I have available. Okay, now where you will place these 2 controls, where you will place these 2 controls, whether inside the case structure or outside the case structure, where you will place this these 2 controls. Inside means, that is, you are going to place it like this. Okay, so where you will place, inside outside. Okay, inside outside. Okay, we'll see what happening there. Okay, so I am placing the numeric 2 controls inside the loop I am placing over there. Okay, so we'll see what happening then in the next case. Okay, so in which case what you will do means, you will define only 2 inputs only will define over there. Okay, 2 inputs are something input only will define over there, and you will keep, because that in same input is going to take the value for all the choice value over there. Okay, suppose we are performing subtraction also, that will going to take the same value. So now we are placing inside the case structure. But if you go for the case 1, means, suppose I have a case 3, let me go to case 1. In case 1 means that controls will not be available over there. Okay, of course you have to place the function. Okay, the controls is not available over there. Okay, which means again here you have to provide 2 more control, means that will not make sense to the program over there. Okay, so simply what you have to do means, so I am going to give both the terminals, both the controls. I'm going to keep both the controls outside the case structure. Okay, so just keeping outside the case structure. Okay, why? Because means, if you are keeping outside, if you are keeping the control outside the structure, means that will be common for all the cases which you are performing over there. Okay, if you want, mean, you can able to make use of the control value. So I am going to connect the value here. So I'm going to connect the value like this for addition. So if you are connecting, if you are keeping the control outside the loop, means what happen means, here you will get the one tunnel will be created. Don't tell it is a last value. Okay, that is a normal tunnel. In while loop only we have a last value, indexing, conditional, concatenating will be available. But in this case, it is a normal tunnel. Okay, that's a tunnel to pass the value to the function over there. Okay, that is a tunnel over there. You are getting a tunnel. You are getting over there. Okay, now if you go for suppose I'm placing the division. I'm placing there. At the time also can able to make use of this value over there. Okay, can able to make use of this input value over there. Okay, specifically for division I want separate value, means you can consider the keeping the control inside the loop. Okay, but I'm not going to do this much of specification, means keep the controls outside the loop better. Okay, now come for the indicator side. Okay, indicator we need. Okay, now I am going to connect the indicator here. So I am going to now where you will place the indicator. Now tell me, where will you place indicator? That is, whether you place indicator here or outside the case structure. Then the same question. In the input we saw. Okay, so where you are going to place depend upon the application. Now where you will place your indicator also. Indicator outside the loop, outside the case structure. Okay, so take a wire from addition terminal and connect it here. Okay, if you connect on that particular place means, once you connected here means what will happen here, one tunnel will be created over there. Okay, so here you are getting a one tunnel, see, like a tunnel, like a same tunnel here also creating over there. Okay, but see the tunnel, but the tunnel will be not filled properly. Okay, the tunnel is not filled, you are getting some white space you are getting over there. Okay, what is the reason behind that white space? Can you guess what is the reason might be there? So you are connecting the wire over there, but the tunnel is connecting, you are using the tunnel. Just I'm going to create an indicator also. Okay, right click, create indicator. Okay, so this is the result indicator I am giving there. Okay, now so here you are getting the broken run arrow you are getting over there, and here you are getting the some white space tunnel you are getting there. Okay, what is the reason behind that white space tunnel? Can guess? So here we have a totally 4 cases will be available. Okay, 0 case will be available. So I am going for next case. See here, see the next case here. So and see the case 1 and say case 2 here. So simple reason will be, so remaining cases different output for all. Okay, unwired, yes, Manikanta gave the answer, unwired for remaining cases. Okay, so remaining cases Sashidhar said okay, but he didn't fill the statement properly. Okay, so simple reason will be, so here this particular case 0 will be wired properly. Okay, but some cases in this case structure, some cases in the case structure is the output is not wired. Okay, that particular case is not defined properly, or the tunnel is not wired in the remaining cases. Okay, the very simple thing. Okay, now I am going for the next case. You can use this arrow mark also to go to next case over to navigate to next case. Okay, or else choosing the case also you can do. Okay, now connect the division value for the third case I am giving there. Now next thing will be first case. So I am going to give the input here. Input. Okay, input. Okay, so you have to know one thing, the numeric, this numeric and numeric 2 will be the input for the function. Okay, choice will be your which case you are going to execute. Okay, so there is a difference is available. Okay, some people will change it, will give a choice input over there. Okay, they will give 45 65 they will give. Okay, so it will not execute over there. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Now connect the terminal. Okay, so connect all the wires to same tunnel. Okay, don't create 2 more tunnel over there. Okay, what some people will do means, some students will do, see here, they will take a wire properly, they will take the wire. Okay, but they will try to connect the terminal over there. Okay, but they will end up with a different tunnel over there. So like they will go to the terminal properly, but they will end up with a different tunnel over there. Okay, now see, now 2 tunnels will be available over there. Okay, so this is one tunnel and this is one tunnel will be available. So don't do like this. Okay, so doing like this means, so you will get a unwired in this place, you will get it over there. Okay, so very important, connect all the values in the same tunnel properly. Okay, take a time and then do. Okay, or else I will make mistakes. That means take a wire from a tunnel and then come back to the function. Okay, so last thing will be, I'm going for multiplication. Now I'm connecting the tunnel value over there. It's okay. Now see the tunnel. Now see the output tunnel. Now this is the input tunnel and this is the output tunnel. Okay, input tunnel always tunnel will filled. Okay, no problem there. But in the output tunnel, what will happen means, so if the cases in the case structure is not wired means, you will get a white space. You will get, okay, like this white space you will get. If all the cases in the case structure will be wired properly means, the problem will be solved. Okay, so you will get the tunnel will be filled with the white the white box will be cleared and it will be filled with the orange color. Okay, because we are dealing with the data type called a DBL representation, that's why it's filled with the orange color. If it is blue means blue color, it will be filled over there. Okay, so it has to fill. If you filled means, so run arrow will be enabled over there, so you can enable run the program. So first mistake what student will do means, so they don't have the default case. Okay, if default case is not available in the case structure means, so you will get a broken run arrow. Okay, for all the data types what we discussed here, how to provide the default case, you have to provide over there. Okay, what is the default case? Why we need the default case? Is there any reason to provide default case all the time? Tell me, what is the purpose of using default case? Okay, we are using 0 3 1 2, we are giving that. Okay, so that case is going to do some work over there. Okay, what about that default case? What is the purpose of the default case? So simply, what is the purpose of the default case will be, suppose here we, to avoid broken arrow. Okay, fine. Okay, but yes, Akhil give the answer. Okay, so simple thing. So here the choice will be, so the programmer, the program who developed the person know in my case I have a 0 1 2 3. We have only 4 cases will be available. 0 1 2 3 will be available. Okay, but if the choice value, so here the value, the input value will be, choice value will be, suppose I am by mistake I am giving the value 4, I am giving that. Okay, 4, suppose I am giving 1 lakh, I am giving that, means what will happen? So that case is not defined in the case structure. Okay, at the time what will happen means the program will take the default case to execute over there. Okay, if the case is, the choice value is not available in the case structure, means it will execute the default case. So the default case is user choice only. Okay, the user wants to execute 0 as a default, means yes, you can go for default cases to 0. Okay, or sir, I don't like the value 0, sir, always I want to be in the first bencher, or I want to be in the last bencher, means first bencher means I'm telling one case one. Okay, last bencher means I want to be in the third place, means okay, last position means just go for that. Okay, or middle bencher, you can go for case 2. Okay, so whatever. So let me go with the third case here. First choose the case label, choose the case 3 here, then right click, go for right click on the case structure, you will get the option make this the default case will be available, so click that option. Okay, now 3 will be your default case now, not 0. Okay, 0 is not your default case anymore, now 3 will be the default case. Normally 0 is a default you will get, but you can able to change. Okay, now we'll see what happening there. So I am giving the input value, I'm giving there. Okay, so kindly see, I'm giving the input value, so 6 I'm giving that. Okay, so I'm giving a 2 input value. Let me run the VI with the highlight execution. See how it is executing there. Okay, now what is the choice value we are getting there? Or the choice value will be available in the numeric control. Choice value will be 0. Which case it will execute? Choice value will be 0 means. So choice value 0 means it is going to execute the 0th case. If 0th case have a addition will be available. So addition will perform and the result will be returned to the indicator. See here, I'm just running the VA only one time now. See here. So choice 0 will go over there. It will go to 0th case and will perform the operation. Then it will come out. It will come out of the loop structure. Return the value over there. Okay. So simple. Now I'm going to run the VA continuously. Continuously. Okay. So see the choice value 0, 5 and 6 values going on. Okay. Here you can able to change that numeric value also. Okay. So you can able to give the value 6 and you can able to give the value 8 also. Okay. Whatever. So I'm giving some values, I'm giving, okay, it will perform the value. Now I'm going to give a case value. So I'm going to change the case value to 1. So just change it. It will take some time, okay, because highlight execution is available. It will take time to execute. Okay. So 1, it's executing the case 1. Now 2 I am giving there. Yes, 2 I am giving there. Now case 2 multiplication will perform. Now case 3 I am going there. Case 3. So again, you can able to come back to 0 also. Okay, just enter 0 and then click that is type it value 0 and then enter means 0 will execute. Suddenly you are giving your lucky number. So we are giving the value 49. I'm giving that. Okay, see 49. So after giving 49, you have to make a enter. Okay, or else you have to click the mouse. You have to click onto the front panel after entering the value. Okay, now it will execute the default case. Okay, because 49 is not available, so it will execute the default case over there. Okay, understood all of you? Understood this one? So do this problem. Any doubt means just tell me. Okay, completed means tell me. Okay, do this quickly. Simple problem, simple case structure. So if you want to run the program continuously means don't go for run continuous. Okay, simply put while loop around that. Okay, so if you don't want, I will not go for run continuous means just put while loop over there. Okay, while loop, why while loop I'm telling means the loop will run continuously until you are stopping the button, the stop button over there. Okay, so if you are going for loop means the loop will run for 100 times or 200 times only. Okay, or else the maximum number of time you are maintaining over there. Okay, so do this problem. If you've completed means save the VI. If you completed means tell me already 2 of them completed. Okay, so here you can able to add how many cases you want to over there. Okay, so let me give some tips also how to increase the cases. Okay, how can we use this particular thing in case section in lab over there. Okay, that we will discuss next. So done all of you? Done? So if you completed this problem means, so next will be in the same problem I'm going to do it over there. Okay. So where we discuss a simple case structure like 0, 1, 2, 3 we done it over there. Okay. Suppose you want to provide the case value from, suppose I want to provide the value from, that is if my case value will be, my case structure is having the value 10 to 20. Okay. If the choice value will be 10 to 20 means I have to execute the same case means how to implement the value. Okay. Or else if the case value will be less than 20. Okay. So if the case value will be 0 to 20 means or less than 20 means, so how to provide a case value over there. Okay. So these are the things I'm going to tell it over there. Okay. Because if you are creating the, if the suppose the same case value is going to perform the same operation for 10 cases means, so if you have to create 10 cases over there. Okay. The case structure will you have to create more and more cases over there, and you have to implement the function. So many things to be done over there. Okay. Suppose you know the particular case, that case from case 10 to from case 20, I'm going to execute the increment function. Okay. If you are going to increment, if you are going to do increment function means, yes, you can able to implement very easily. Like, so right click, go for add case first, go for add case and delete this terminal, delete that case label over there. Okay. In that case label just give 10 dot 20. Okay. If you are giving 10 dot 20 means what will happen, this particular case, this case will execute if the choice value is in the range of 10 to 20. 10 double dot you have to put. Okay. 10 dot 20 you have to put it over there. Okay. If it will represent the case value will be executed from the cases will be, it will handle from 10 case 10 to case 20, it will handle over there. Okay. Suppose you want to give the value from, right click, add case after. Suppose I want to perform more than 21 means, so it will start from 21 only. Okay. There you can able to provide 15 value over, because already 15 is available in the 10 to 20 available there. Okay. Now I am going for 21 above. So 21 dot means double dot. Okay. Not triple dot and all. Don't put so many dots over there. Okay. Only 2 dots. 21 dot means, so what will happen, so it will take the value from more than 21. Okay. 21, 22, even if you are giving 49 also, 49, even if you are giving the 1,50,000 also, it will execute the program over there. Okay. What about the lesser number means, right click, go for add case after. Now I am going for dot. Okay. minus 1. Okay. Dot minus 1. Okay. Why I am not giving dot minus 4 means already 3, 2, 1, 0 will be available. Okay. So you can't able to make, if you are making means you will end up with a broken runner. Okay. So I am going for dot minus 1 means less than or equal to minus 1. Even it is minus 1, it will execute this case, or less than value minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So that value also, this case will be executed. Okay. Like this you can able to define in your case structure. Okay. But what is the problem we are facing here means, whenever I am creating the cases, more number of cases, so I am getting the white space tunnel I am getting over there. Okay. So see here I am getting the white space tunnel I am getting over there. Okay. Why I am getting this white space tunnel means, because the sum of 3 cases is not wide over there. Okay. This 10 to 20, then more than 21 and less than minus 1 is not wide over there. That's the reason I am getting the white space tunnel I am getting over there. Okay. To fix this tunnel, in case structure, you have two methods will be available. Okay. Anyway, we are going to discuss the first method. Okay. first method will be to fix this one. Totally you have three methods will be available actually. Okay, so first method will be to fix this the white space tunnel. First method will be either you can able to define with the one function, like have to define with the increment. Okay, increment requires only one terminal. Okay, so either if you are providing the increment means yes, increment will be perform over there. Okay, if the value is in the range of 10 to 20. Okay, that's the one method. If the suppose in the next case if you want to perform means yes, again you have to perform any manipulation over there. Okay, sir, I won't perform any manipulation, sir, means so you have one option will be available. Right click on the tunnel, right click on the tunnel, you have the option use default if unwired will be available. Okay, so you have the option, so if the case value is more than 21 and this is also not wired and less than -1 is also not wired. Okay, so what will happen, these two tunnel means right click, go for use default if unwired. Okay, just click on that, just choose that one. Okay, use default if unwired. Okay, what will happen at the time, we'll run the program and then we'll see okay what happened there. Okay, so now the tunnel will be filled, but in that in the filling tunnel you can able to see some small white box will be available over there. Okay, that is the difference between a use default if unwired tunnel with the normal tunnel filling over there. Okay, now let me put a one while loop here. So take a while loop, how to put while loop like this. Okay, so drag it, not like this. Okay, not like this. So take a while loop, drag it like this. Okay, drag like this. Okay, and right click on that condition terminal, create control. Okay, so until you are stopping the program, the my case structure will be executed over there. Okay, so that's the thing, that is a basic loop. Okay, now I'm going to run the VI single time, don't run continuously. Okay, because loop is available, run the VI single time, run it. So I'm going to give my case value as 2. I am giving that. Okay, so see, oh, highlight is not there, sorry, highlight. So highlight is there, so it's executing the 48, the value is executing over there. Okay, now I am going to change the value to 3. I am giving there. Okay, I am giving the value 3. Okay, now what happened, now tell me what happened if I enter the value 4. What happened if I enter the value 4? Which case it will execute? So this is the case value. Okay, so see this case value. So now what happened if I enter the choice value is 4? Which case in the case structure will execute? 3, which means we are telling default case. Tell me, 3 means default case. Okay, so we are telling a default case will be executed over there. Okay, so definitely default case will be executed over there. Okay, so now, so 4 means okay, but what happened if I give the case value as what happened if I give the case value as 11? Sorry, what happened if I give case value as 11? Which case it will execute? 10 to 20. Okay, in 10 to 20, what is available in 10 to 20 means increment will be available, so that's why the value, so input value will be 6, that will be incremented by 7. I am getting over there. Okay, that's a 10 to 20. Okay, now I am going to give the value as 25. I am giving that. Okay, now which case it will execute and what is the result you will get? So my choice will be 25. Which case it will execute? Which case it will execute now? My choice value is 25. So which case it will execute? Default case. 3 means default case. Okay, 3. Okay, default. Okay, default one. Okay, first let me go with the highlight execution. Okay, so see in your case structure you have a 21 dot will be available. 21 dot means more than 21. Okay, more greater than or equal to 21. Okay, now I am going to give the value 25 here. Now again I'm asking same question, which case it will execute? Whether again still it will execute default case or it will execute some other case. So now if I give 25 means, so see the highlight execution is there. Okay, now it will execute the 21 dot case will execute over there. Okay, because 21 dot means more than 21. Okay, 25 is available over there. Okay, so it will execute the 21, that is a case 21 dot it will execute over there. What value will be returned in the result indicator then? What value it will return? What value it will return? Use default if unwired. Okay, so see the meaning, use default if unwired. If the tunnel is not wired means take the default value of, it will take the default value of the tunnel, it will take. Okay, so what is the tunnel we are using in this placement? Numeric tunnel we are using over there. What is the default value of the tunnel? What is the default value of numeric base, not tunnel? What is the default value of numeric data type? So if you are giving 25 means here it will execute the, so see, so it will execute the 21 dot will come, okay. So that case is defined, okay, but the tunnel what you are giving means 21 dot will be available. The tunnel will be defined as a use default if unwide we mentioned over there. That's why it will giving the value as a new result value as a 0. It's providing over there, okay, because the default value for the number will be 0. Kindly note down, okay. Default value for the number will be 0. Numeric will be 0. Default value for boolean will be false value. Default value for string will be empty string over there, okay. Don't think if you are giving the, so don't think if you are giving use default if unwide means if the case is not available means, suppose, so remember, if the case is not available, if the choice value is not available in the case structure means it will execute the default case, okay. But yes, my choice is available, but I am making as a use default if unwired means, so very important. So it will execute the default value, it will execute for that particular data type what you wired over there, okay. So data type wired will be that even if you are wiring 0 also 0 will go, okay, but we are making a default value, or you can wire any value, okay. That value will be written by the result indicator, okay. Use default if unwired means it will take the default value for the particular data type you connected as a tunnel over there, okay. Understood the difference between use default if unwired and what is default case, okay. So both are different, okay. If the case is not in the case structure means that at the time default case will execute, okay. Case is available, but I made as a default if unwired tunnel means it will execute a default value, okay. Value for default number will be 0, okay. Understood? Understood? So do this problem. Any doubts, pen just tell me. So the tunnel will be, so not you, so the tunnel will be not often you must use over there. Whenever the application requires, you have to use that particular tunnel over there, okay. So I am going, there is more number of cases keep on going there means I want needed this tunnel means yes you can able to go, okay. But the application specifically requires the value to be connected means yes you have to connect that value also. Understood all of you? Simple case structure with case structure and also fixing the default if unwired tunnel also, okay. Fixing the tunnel also we can tell, okay. Understood means tell me, we'll go for, so same way you can try and connect, so let me, same way you can connect a boolean string also you can connect, okay. So I'm not going to do that, okay. So it will take time only, okay. So no need of that, okay. If you understood the selector term case structure behavior means boolean means in boolean if you are connecting the selector terminal boolean means you will get only two cases you will get, okay. So true case you will get, false case only you will get, okay. There you don't have any fault, there you don't have any default case will not be available over there, okay, because that is a boolean. We have only two cases available based on your condition or based on your input. You will have a either true value will be available, it will execute true case, or it will execute the false case over there, okay. String also you can connect the string value also, okay. You can perform the same thing in string also, okay, but that is string character will be available. You have to enter what exactly you are making in the case label over there, okay. So suppose if the case label will be a b c working here, okay. Suppose your case having the case structure having ABC case available, but your input choice will be ABC means it will not execute the proper thing over there, okay. So whenever dealing with the string, that case sensitive is very important, okay. So kindly remember that, okay, very important, okay. Can try that case structure also, okay, whatever with a string data type. Enum will discuss later, okay, not here. If the time gets me, we'll discuss today, or else in other topic we'll discuss about enum, okay, how we are utilizing enum in this case structure and what is the purpose of that enum over there, okay. Probably we'll get a time and we'll discuss that also, okay. Enum definitely we will discuss. Error cluster will discuss on data acquisition, okay. We'll see what is error cluster, then we'll discuss everything, how to implement in case, we'll discuss all those things over there, okay. So understood? Simple case structure. Any doubt means ask me, okay. So we'll complete that doubts, then we'll go for next one. Okay. So you have to understood. Okay. So let me take a one more case structure also, so that you will have some clarity will be available. Okay. So for Boolean, right click, go for, sorry, right click, front panel, take the Boolean control. Okay. Boolean control and connect the control means, so you will get the true will be available, false will be available. Okay. Same way for string also, take the same case structure. Okay. String. Take a string control. Okay. Okay, like this you can able to add cases here. Okay, but here you can be able to make that on. Okay, so Boolean and string. Anyway, enum we are going to discuss. Okay. So instead of this choice, okay, instead of this choice, you can use the string input also. Okay, with the string input, you can able to perform this addition. Arithmetic also you can able to perform over there. Okay, irrespective of the data type, you can able to perform anything inside this case structure over there. Okay, but choice terminal is very selector terminal is very important. Based on a selector terminal only, this label will be decided. Okay, so you have to use only these 5 data types. You can't able to use arrays and clusters. Okay, understood? What about remaining students? Are you all in the class or not? What about remaining students? Completed or not? Okay, yes. Okay, done. Done means we'll go for next topic now. Okay. So next topic will be, so case structure. I am concluding case structure here. So again, I am telling what all we discussed in case structure means. So first thing will be discussed about in case structure. That is selector data type of selector terminal. First one we discussed about select case selector data types, data type. Okay. Then next one will be, we discuss about use default if unwired tunnel, use default if unwired. If unwired, okay, then fixing the tunnel. Okay, fixing the output tunnel. Okay, output tunnel. Okay, these are the things majorly we discuss. Okay, if we understood this this behavior of the case structure means we can able to develop any program with a case structure over there. Okay, so again now I am telling, now you know what is the purpose of using the loop over there. Okay, now kindly use loop around the case structure over there. Okay, don't try to use run continuous each and every time again. Okay, save this VI, save this VI. Now create a new VI. We'll go for next topic, sub VI. Okay, we'll go for next topic, sub VI. File, new VI. Okay, so save the VI. Okay, now create a new VI. Now we are going to discuss about sub VI. Okay, what is sub VI? What is sub VI? Do you have any idea about sub VI? Sub VI. Sub VI. What is sub VI? Or sub program, subroutine? Maybe this word is familiar. If you are working on microcontroller or microprocessor lab means, you can able to come across this word. Subroutine will be available. Subprogram will be available. Procedures. Okay, not exactly. Okay, not exactly the word. Sub VI, which we can you use to execute our main program. Okay, it implements some of the operation inside the VI super. Okay, then any other answers? Okay, somewhat Supraja and Sasidhar, they're somewhat coming close to the answer. Okay, sub VI. One executed VI will be used in another VI. Okay, okay, super. Okay, so simply, what is sub VI? Like a interrupt code in microprocessor. Okay, I'm expected. Okay. Okay, simply, okay, so let me explain. Okay, so these are the answers I'm getting over there. Okay, but simply what is sub VI means, sub VI basically a VI within a VI. Okay, so suppose you are developing one program. Okay, so take a microprocessor programming or whatever, that you are writing a 100 line of code you are writing over there. Okay, consider you are writing a 100 line of code you are writing there, but one set of, suppose the 10 line of coding you are using for 10 times, 20 times you are repeating in your coding over there. Okay, so at that time what you can able to do means that 10 line of code you can able to make it as one sub program or subroutine. Means if you are calling it subroutine means you can able to use a subroutine in your main program, as somebody Supraja Sasi has given answer that you can able to use it in your main VA over there. Okay, actually, okay, but in LabVIEW instead of subroutine subprogram they have a sub VA will be available over there. Okay, sub VA means a VA within a VA. Okay, a VA within a VA. Okay, not EA. Okay, a VA. A VA within a VA. Okay, so we'll see what is that the definition of that word. A VA within a VA. Kindly make a note of that. Okay, so very important topic and very very helpful while developing the application based program. Okay, because we are going to develop some application based program in further classes. Okay, so very very important topic, sub VA. Okay, what is the purpose? All those things we are going to discuss. Okay, to create sub VA. So note down that to create sub VA, you must need icon and connector pane. Icon and connector pane. Very very important thing. Okay, so we discussed what is front panel and what is block diagram. Okay, I said the parts of a VA, third part will be icon and connector pane over there. Okay, most of the people are forgetting this icon and connector pane. Very very important. Okay, so to create sub VA you require a icon and connector pane. Kindly remember now. Okay, icon and connector pane is very very important. Okay, with the help of the icon and connector panel we are going to create the sub VA. Okay, so where you will find icon in LabVIEW? Where you will find icon in LabVIEW? Where you will find icon in LabVIEW? Top right of which panel? Top right means which panel? Front panel or block diagram? Which side you will find? Both panels. Super. So icon, I asked about connect icon. Icon is available in both the panels. Okay, where you find icon means so icon will be available here. Okay, so this is the icon. So icon is available over there. Okay, and front panel also. Super. Now what about the connector pane? Connector pane. What about connector pane? Where you will find a connector pane? In which panel you will find connector pane? So connector pane available only on the front panel only. Okay, where you will find me exactly here. Okay, so left side of the icon in the front panel, that is top right corner, left side of the icon you will find the connector pane will be available. Okay, simply what is connector pane now means, now we can able to have idea. Connector pane is basically why they are keeping connector pane only on the front panel. Guess why they are placing connector pane only on the front panel? Because we discussed we completed 4 days of training we completed over there. Okay, you know what is the purpose of using the front panel. Okay, so what are the things you can able to take in front panel. Okay, so why they are placing connector pane only on the in the front panel, not in the block diagram? So consist of controls and indicators. Super answer. Control. Okay, so connector pane is basically you can able to what is the purpose of using connector pane means you are going to assign the control and indicators. Yes, input and output you are going to provide over there. Okay, because input and output available only on the front panel side panel only. That's why connector pane present only on the front panel over there. Okay, basically the connector pane purpose will be to provide the IOs, controls and indicators. Okay, that's the purpose of connector pane. Okay, if anybody asked means, so that is the reason behind the placing connector pane on the front panel. Okay, so these are the basic things about icon connector pane. Okay, we need two things. Now purpose of sub VA. So what is the purpose of using sub VA? Okay, first purpose will be, so the use of sub VA will be you can use sub VA many times in your main VA. Okay, so you can use the sub VA many times in main VA. Okay, many times means you can use it 10 times, 20 times, like a addition function or subtraction function. You can use many times in your main VA. It will not make any problem over there. Okay, that is the first point. And second point will be block diagram space will be cluttered or block diagram space will be cluttered or it will not occupy more space over there. Okay, so block diagram space will be cluttered and you will get a neat diagram. You will get, okay, clear and neat, yes, compact diagram. Okay, so clear diagram will get, okay, clearly you can able to understood that particular thing. And third one will be helps to do debugging. Helps to do debugging. Okay, helps to do debugging. So one of the very important part, important advantage will be you can able to debug the particular VI very easily over there. Okay, because you are making a subway, easily you can able to go to the subway and you can able to clear the errors, anything available there. Okay, rather than making a program for big size, so it will make more complexity to debug the problem. Okay, so these are the major three things about the purpose of using subway over there. Okay, so we will see all those things. Okay, now how to create, sir, so that only we are going to discuss here. Okay, so to do the problem, what the task we are going to perform means, I am going to create a one string control here, string control. Okay, I'm just going to create a one string control. Okay, what the task we are going to do means, so in the string control I am going to give the input as one character. I'm going to give it there. Okay, one character means only one character value I'm going to give it over there. Okay, I am going to find whether the character is a vowel or not. Okay, simply I'm going to find whether a is a vowel or not. Okay, vowel. Okay, vowel characters a, e, I, o, u will be available. No, so I am going to provide the value called a only. I'm going to provide over there. Okay, if a is available means I'm going to make a is a vowel. If it is, if we are giving the value z means z is not a vowel, z is a constant. I'm going to make it over there. Okay, so how to develop the program, how to develop the program, so I'm going to give the input as only one input. I'm going to provide over there, a alone I'm going to provide over there. Okay, I'm going to find whether the value a is a vowel or not. I'm going to find what is the logic you will use to develop the program. What is the logic you will use? You have to give only one character. Okay, so I don't want that is we don't want to put the like lab view. Okay, so no need to give like this. Okay, if you are giving word means it will become end up with a bad results over there. Okay, so ultimately if you are doing this problem means we can able to identify how many vowel characters present in the given string. We can able to find it over there. Okay, that's the thing we are going to develop. Before developing that problem, first we need to know how we need to develop a program for a character, how to provide how to identify whether the character will be a vowel or not. Okay, how to develop the program? Do you have any logic about the problem, how to identify the given character is vowel or not? Do you have any idea about that particular problem? So very simple, we can able to make. Okay, so one of the solution I am giving there. Okay, so this is my input value. So let me take it as a input string. Input string I am giving there. Okay, okay, so I'm going for input string. Okay, so we know what are all the vowel characters available there. What are all the vowel characters available in available basically? What are all the vowel characters there? A, E, I, O, U, these are the vowel characters. Okay, so what simply I'm going to do, that means I am going to compare my input string with all the vowel characters using case structure uh, as vowels and default one consistent. Okay, super case structure you can able to consider. Okay, so what basically I am going to do, that means so I am going for I'm going to do, I'm going to take the, I'm going to compare my input string with the input string with all the vowel characters. Okay, so I'm going to perform one of the method here. So simple comparison I'm going to use it over there. Okay, I'm not going for case structure, I'm going for simple comparison. I'm going to take the equal to comparison. Okay, I'm going to compare equal to, why I'm taking equal to means if my input character, this character L, whatever L or whatever, okay, this will be equal to a, I will check. Okay, if not means so other character will come. Okay, I'm going to compare the input string with all the 5 vowel characters. Okay, so don't think you have to use 5, I have to use 5 comparison 5 equal to, you have to use the over there. Okay, now create a constant with a value a, constant value a. Okay, now again take the one more comparison, take the equal to function, equal to function. Okay, now right click constant u e a e. Okay, then again take the comparison function equal to, this is going to be a I value I, create constant I. Now comparison again, so this will be u a, sorry, o a e I o I o. So put O, okay, don't put 0 over there. So IO, U, last one will be U. IOU, AEIOU. Okay, totally I'm getting the 5 things available there. Okay, so here I have totally 5 things are available. So if my incoming character, the input string will be, suppose my input string will be, I'm giving L, I'm giving means all the places the value will be false. I will get it over there. Okay, how to club it as a 1? So I said if the value will be L means I have to tell it is not a vowel. I have to tell not a vowel. I have to tell. Okay, if A is available means I want to tell A is a vowel character. I want to tell. Okay, so how will you make that? Because here I'm getting 5 conditions I'm getting over. Okay, 5 values is coming out of the equality I'm getting there. Okay, how to make it as 1 means, so I am going for, if any one of the condition true in this placement, I am going to make the value as which vowel I'm going to use there. Okay, else it's going to be a not a vowel. So boolean, go for compound arithmetic function. Okay, you will get a OR gate, you will get. Okay, basically you have a boolean OR will be available. Take the compound arithmetic OR function. So visible items, label. Now connect all the values. Connect all the values. Okay. So take that from Boolean palette. Okay. Don't take it from numeric. You have a addition will be available. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do means I'm going to create a one indicator here. So this is the result indicator or status. Let me make it as status. I'm going for status indicator. If it is true means the LED will glow over there. Okay. Next, I want to display a string message. You know the purpose. The which function will do means select function will do. I am going for select function. Okay. I am connecting this status value here. If any one of the condition true in this placement, I want to display it is a vowel character. So it's a vowel. It's a vowel. Vowel. Okay. It's a vowel. Then can go for it is not a vowel. Okay. So it is a vowel, it is not a vowel, and just create an indicator here. Okay. Right click, create indicator. Okay, that is going to be a result indicator. Okay. I'm just labeling as result indicator. Now I am going to run the program here. So if I run the program means, so my input will be L. So I am going to run the VA here. So you will get the answer. It is not a vowel, you will get. Okay, but here I am doing for the lowercase only. I am doing over there. Okay, if you want to do for uppercase also means, so again take the comparison, like again take the comparison, take a 5 more comparison. Okay, you can able to do the program and make it as a component arithmetic. You can able to develop the program also. Okay, first I am going with the that's why. What happen if you are giving the input AE means, giving AE means you will get not a vowel only, you will get a word. Okay, that's why the problem is, so we are giving the, so we are comparing our input with a single character only we are giving there. Okay, A, E, if the input will be single character means A, either A means you will get a vowel, you will get a vowel, you will get. Okay, if you are giving AE means what will happen at that time means, so the string will be AE will go, AE is not equal to A, that's why you will get a false only, you will get. So all the rest false only you will get. So answer is not a vowel only you will get. Okay, now the program is designed for only one character. Now next we will make this VA as a sub VA, then we will make this as a sub VA. Then in that program we will find how many vowel characters present in the given string, will find it over there. Okay, understood? So kindly do this problem quickly. So the problem can be done in case structure also. Okay, case structure will do the same thing. Okay, but you have to put 10 cases there. Okay, rather than putting 10 comparison there, you have to put 10 cases you have to put to develop the program. That also will help to do the problem. Okay, so as of now kindly go with this logic. Okay, later you can develop the program with case structure or any other programming methods. Okay, so first do this problem, we'll make this as a sub VI, then we'll try to find how many vowel characters present in the given string. Okay, and we'll display what are the string characters there. Okay, so complete this one quickly, complete this. After completing this, you have to save the VI, very important. Okay, so file, go for save. If you are not saving means you cannot able to make use of your sub VI. Okay, so go for save. I am going with the So just save in your location. Okay, I'm saving in vowel sub VI. I'm saving as a name. Vowel sub VI I'm giving that. Okay. So save the VI. Tell me if you complete and means. Then we will go for the next step, creating the sub VI. Okay. Complete it quickly. So because the procedure for sub VI, creating sub VI is very important. Okay, that's why I'm telling. So all must complete. Then only you can able to do along with me. Okay. Okay. If you've done means, so now go. Now we are going to make this as a sub VI. Save the VI again. I said okay. Now how to make the sub VI? Okay, to make the sub VI, I said you need a icon and a connector pane. You need first we'll go with the connector pane, then we'll go for the icon. Okay, so in the connector pane, what you have to do means, so connector pane is available in this place. What you have to do in the connector pane means, you are going to select how many controls you want and how many indicators you want. Okay, so you are developing the program, you are developing over there. In that program, how many controls you want. Okay, so you don't need to select any functions over there. Okay, you are going to do how many controls you want and how many indicators you want over there. Okay, so here how many controls we require in this place. So here we have a one control will be available. How many indicators available means, we need a two indicators we require over there. Okay, one control, two indicators we require over there. Okay, yes, it's case sensitive. Case sensitive. Okay, so if you are giving capital elements, so you will end up with a not a vowel only will get. Okay, string will is case sensitive. You have to define the case for that also. Okay, so we have a one control will be available and two indicators will be available. So how to make the sub VI here means, okay, so listen. So if you right click on that connector pane means, right click on the connector pane, just right click on the connector pane, right click, you have a patterns will be available. Right click on the connector pane, patterns will be available. In that pattern you have a so many patterns will be available, so many different IO terminals will be available over there. Okay, so if you want to use for your program, I want a specific pattern means, that is a, here we have one control will be available, two indicators. Is there any pattern available means, we can able to go for that pattern. Okay, one control, two indicator available means, can able to take that pattern. Okay, or else you can go with the default pattern. Okay, you can choose any pattern over there. Okay, so this is the maximum pattern. 28 IO terminals will be available in this place. Okay, so I am going with the default pattern. Okay, after choosing the pattern, what you have to do means, so you have to select the connector pane. Okay, you have to select the which terminal you are going to choose it over there. Okay, go to connector pane, choose the terminal. You can choose any boxes in this place. Okay, so I am choosing the left side box. I'm choosing over there. Why I'm choosing left side box means, so always for all the functions will give a input in the left side terminal will give us a input. Okay, right side will give a indicator will be available. Right side terminal will represent indicator, left side terminal will represent the control over there. Okay, to have a same behavior, I am going for, so first click on the one square box. Okay, I'm going to choose the control over there. So choose the control. So you have a one wiring symbol will be available after selecting the square box. Now choose the input control. Front panel you have to do. Okay, not on the block diagram. Now click it. What is the color you are getting in this placement? Pink color you will get. Pink color represents the color for the particular data type. Okay, so color you are getting over there. Okay, now we need a indicator. Same procedure. Okay, so click on that the box on the right side. Okay, click it and choose the indicator. Blue, there you will get a green color. You will get, okay, green color along with a black color background you will get. Okay, here you can't able to notice in my screen, but in your screen you can able to see that one. Okay, so same way, string it result indicator I am choosing over there. Okay, so do this one quickly. Any doubt means just tell me, I will do it one more time also. Okay, first you have to click the square box, then you have to come for the input. You have to choose the input. Okay, then again you have to click the output side, then output side square box, then go for the boolean indicator. Click that indicator means black, the color will ascend, the data type color will be assigned up properly. Okay, so do it. If you done means tell me. Any doubt means, if you want me to repeat again means, I will repeat you again also. Okay, because here if you missed any terminal means the terminal won't appear in the subway. Okay, so let me repeat once again also. Listen. Okay, listen. So first maximize your front panel. Okay, because we are going to do with the front panel only, not anything on the block diagram. Okay, so first we are going to list out how many controls and indicators we want. Okay, so in this case we want one control we want and two indicators we require over there. Okay, we want only two things, one control we want and two indicators we want over there. Okay, so I am going for right click on that not right click. Okay, go to connector pane, click on that any square box. You can choose any square box, but I have a practice to follow. Use left side square box for controls and right side this right side for indicators. Okay, so if you have more terminal, I will mean making sure that anything over there. Okay, because we don't have any more thing. Okay, first click on the first square box, then choose the input string, the input control. Okay, so you will get a pink color. You can choose indicator here also. Okay, you can choose indicator here also. Nothing will happen, but you will become confused about that. Okay, which one is a control? That's why. So choose the indicator on the right side box. Click on that box, then choose the boolean, then string. Click on that square box and choose the result one. Okay, that's it. Click on that box, choose the indicator. Click on that box, choose the control. Okay, this is the procedure. So if you are clicking on the control and if you go for there means it will not accept. You have to click first there, then come for here. Okay. So first complete this one quickly. Complete this quickly. Done means tell me. Done means tell me quickly. Because very important. Okay. All the terminals. Okay. So did you find the difference between this square box and this square box? Did you find a difference between this square box and this square box? So this square box having the that is you have the regular pink color will be available. Okay, but in the output side square box what will be available means in the output side square box you have a square box will be available but black color border will be available. Okay, why black color border means to differentiate control and indicator only that black color border will be available. Okay, that's it. Now save the VA once again. So save it all the time. Okay, now we are going to we completed the connector pen work will be over. Okay, now what we are going to do means now we are going to go for the editing the icon. Okay, to edit the icon very simple. Right click on that icon, whenever front panel block time, right click on that icon, right click, go for edit icon. So right click on that icon, go for edit icon. Okay, in the edit icon you will get the option. So are you all getting this? Definitely you will get this dialog box you will get. Okay, icon editor dialog box you will get. Okay, in the dialog box you can able to edit your icon. How many people will like this icon? How many people are liking will like this icon? I don't know how many people will like that. Okay, most people will tell, sir, I don't like this icon. Means if you are not liking this icon, means you can able to create your own icon. Okay, based on your thing, you can able to create your own icon. Dislike. Okay, then now you can able to create your own liking icon. Okay, so go to Glyphize. So you have a Glyphize will be available. Okay, go to Glyphize here. Are you all getting this more number of icons here? So you will get more number of Glyphize tools you will get. Okay, are you all getting this one? Go to Glyphize, you will get so many things will be available over there. Okay, so here you can able to choose anything and you can able to place it in this icon over there. Okay, before that we have to delete this one. To delete this icon, choose the in the right side, extreme right side, you have the some selection tools will be available over there. Okay, there go for this selection tool, go for this select tool. So select like this. Okay, then delete in your keyboard. Okay, means empty space you will get. Okay, now you can able to put anything you want. Okay, whatever the icon you want, whichever icon you want, you can able to put the icon in the particular place over there. Okay, so I'm going for some able to put like this. Okay, so don't waste time on doing this one. Okay, because we have to do the problem. Okay, don't waste the time on. If you want any text image, just make a text over there. Okay, subvi status. So I'm going for subvi status. I'm going there. Okay, color if you want me, just make any colors over there. What about the color? Okay, what about you can give any color over there? Okay, so how to align all those things? You can give all those things over there. Okay, so can able to we can able to place it anywhere. Okay, okay, so just place it over there. Just to quickly make the one icon over there. Okay, if you want background color means you can give background color also. Okay, whatever the color you want, you can able to provide all the colors over there. Okay, so once completed means click OK. Once completed means click OK. So here you will get the icon you will get. Okay, the modified icon you will get in your icon. Okay, in the top right corner of in the block diagram front panel you will get the icon you will get. Okay, the modified icon you will get over there. Okay, so you won't get the symbol LabVIEW +2, you won't get it over there. Done means tell me, because don't waste time on doing that particular thing. Okay, because we are developing a simple problem we are developing over there. Okay, but that is also one of the very important thing to editing the icon is also very important thing. Okay, here we are developing simple thing. While developing your application you have to be very careful to create the icon. Okay, so while creating the icon don't give some irrelevant icon over there. Okay, so here we are giving some status you are finding, that's why I'm just putting a status over there. Okay, but if you are developing the icon for addition means don't put time delay over there. Okay, don't put time delay like so here, so while doing the icon, suppose you are developing the icon for reading the file value means don't put icon like don't put this one. Okay, don't put this one, don't put this one. Okay, so put some relevant icon depend based on your program. Okay, that's very important. Okay, that will help you to do something over there. Okay, that's it. Now I'll save the VA. Okay, already I'm taking keep on save the VA. Okay, so we done all those things. Now go for help window, go to Control H, go to help window means in the Control H, if you are going for a equal to comparison means if you are going for equal to comparison means it's giving the value like a returns true value x is like equal to y. It's giving some help window, it's giving that. Okay, how to give help window for your program? Same way, now move the mouse cursor to your icon. See the in your icon you have two terminals will be available. One is input string will be available, result and status result will be and status will be available. Okay, how to provide the help window, how to provide documentation? So documentation you can able to provide. Okay, for how the equal to function is available, same way here also you can able to provide the documentation. Okay, to provide documentation, so go to file, go for VA properties, go to file and go to VA properties, go to file, go to VA properties. In VA properties, go to the category. In the category choose the documentation. Okay, in documentation just write some relevant information about the VA. Okay, so write the relevant things. Okay, okay, so very important documentation. Okay, just give whatever documentation. Okay, after giving documentation, now move the mouse cursor to the same icon means now it will tell compare the input string with the vowel characters and display the status and result. Okay, so you can able to provide the documentation has how how the function present in the LabVIEW, same thing can able to do it for your icon also. Okay, your VA also. Okay, done till now, done till now. If you've done up to this means so last thing will be, so here what about the terminal connection? What are the terminal connection available in LabVIEW? What are the terminal connection in available in LabVIEW? Terminal connections, terminal connection, how many of you remember about the terminal connections we discussed? terminal connections. I said 3 terminal connection. I said, okay. So you have a required will be available, recommended will be available, optional will be available. Okay. So see the equal to function here. In equal to function here you have a how many required terminal available in 2 required terminal will be available. Okay. So 2 required terminals are available in equal to function. Okay. But see our icon. In our icon we have any required terminal. What terminal we have in our icon? In our icon, what terminal we have means we have only recommended will be available. Okay, we don't have any required terminal. Okay, how to change our recommended terminal to required terminal for our VA means it's very simple again. So go to, so I said required will be available only on the input control only. Okay, it is not applicable on output. Okay, only for the input only can able to make required. Okay, so right click on that control input string, right click on the icon. Okay, so now go to the connector pane, go to the input control, that string, right click on that square box, the pink color square box, go to this connection is, there you have a required available, recommended available, optional available. Okay, now go for required means now that is also converted to bold font you will get. Okay, if required is available means you have to connect that terminal connect, you must connect the terminal over there. Okay, so that's the thing. For output, if you're doing means right click, this connection will be available, required will be hide it over there. Okay, required you can't able to use required terminal there. Okay, how to use either recommended or optional only, so no need to go for output. So input is very important. Okay, choose it as required and save all those things. Okay, the sub VI creation, all those things will be completed. Okay, the programming documentation, entire thing will be completed now. Now we are going to use a sub VI in our main VA over there. Okay, so this is the sub VA, the status will be a sub VA. Now I am going to use a sub VA in my main VA over there. Okay, to do the main VA, create new VA. Okay, save all those things, file new VA, file new VA. Okay, so file new VA. Okay, so after that file new VA. So what is the task I said means, so we are going to identify how many vowel characters present in the given string we are going to find over there. Okay, for that I am going to take the input string. So string I am taking there. Okay, in that tell me anyone random string, so I am going to find the how many vowel characters present in the given input string. Okay, tell me one random string over there, random string. Okay, so you make use of like a, use it like a low level case. Okay, don't go for high level, don't go for upper case. Okay, because my program is I done for lower case only. Okay, try to do it lower case. Okay, so if you're doing for, if you want to do in upper case also, we'll see the different possibilities in later half of the program. Okay, now I am doing the problem here after this one. So I'm going to take the loop. Definitely I need a loop over there. Okay, so why I'm taking loop here means, so here I have a some characters will be available. Okay, how we are going to compare the value means we are going to compare each and every character whether that is a vowel or not. Okay, if the character is vowel means yes, we are going to tell that is a vowel character, and we are going to find how, how many vowel characters will be available over there. Okay, so for that I'm going to take the string here. So what is the n value you will provide? What is the n value you will provide? What about the n value? What is the n value you will provide? String length, super. You will provide a string length over there. Okay, why string length means, so here we have a something 7 characters will be available over there. Okay, later you may require, if you want to go for 20 character available, you will again changing the value. It's not a good idea. Okay, just go for string length is super. So go to string palette, take the string length and connect it, and right click on the visible items label and connect the value to this place. Okay, string length. Now the particular program, the particular the loop will run for 7 times what, not 7 times what the character available in the input string. Okay, now I am going to take the value to the tunnel. Okay, I'm taking the value from the input to the loop I'm taking over there. Okay, like a tunnel value is going on. Okay, now I have to make use of my sub VA in this place. Okay, I said I want to compare each and every character. Okay, that's the way I written a logic in my sub VA also. Okay, first it has to compare S, after it has to compare A, then it has to compare C, then H, then I, then N. I have to compare. Okay, how will you compare? So basically in this given string I want to take some part of the value I have to take. Okay, I have a Sachin will be available. In it, I have to take first time I have to take, yes, part of the string I have to take. Okay, which function will you use here to take part of the string value? So I am going for string palette. I am going with a string subset. I am going there. I am going for string subset. Okay, I am going to connect my input string here. Okay, input string. The function name will be string subset. Okay, so here you have a offset value will be available, length value will be available. Okay, so here first time I want to take the value offset value as yes I want to take. Okay, so then in next iteration I want to take the value a, then next I want to take the value c. So each and every time offset is changing over there. Okay, to make a proper change, I am going to connect the I value for offset. Okay, because I value will change. Okay, depend upon this length value, I value will be changing automatically. Then what about length value means I am going to compare only one character at the time. So I'm going to create a constant for length as 1. Okay. Okay, length value as 1 I am giving that. Okay, so first time I value will be 0, offset will starting from 0 only. Okay, that's why. So 0, only one length it will take, yes will come out of the loop over there. Okay, that I am going to compare. I am going to make use of my sub VI here. How to place a sub VI in this main VI means right click on that block diagram. So right click on the block diagram. So right click on the block diagram. You have the option select here VI will be available. Okay, if you scroll all over the function parameter, you will find a select here VI will be available. Okay, click on select here VI and select your sub VI. Okay, that you saved with some name. Okay, over there. Okay, my sub VI name will be vowel sub VI. Just click it and then place it inside the loop. Okay, give a label. Label means file name will be the label over there. Okay. Now the output value, this output of strings of substring will go to the input string over there. Here you have a status will be available and you have a result will be available. Okay, so I said here I want to tell how many vowel characters present over there. Okay, to tell the vowel characters, so simply what I am going to do means I am going to make a tunnel in this place. Okay, so I am going to take this value here. Okay, I'm going to take the value here, or else you can take this value also. Okay, whatever. So how to take this value here, taking the indexing. Okay, to find how many vowel characters, here you have a status will be available. I am going to make use of the indexing tunnel here, indexing with a conditional. I am going to use it over there. Conditional I am using that. So I am going to connect the status value in this place. Okay, in this place. Now create the indicator. You will get a string indicator. Okay, vowel characters. Okay, you will get a vowel characters. Then later in the vowel characters, if you want to, I want to tell how many vowel characters will be available. So simply take the array size. Take the array size and just create the indicator here means vowel count. Vowel count. Vowel count. Okay. So the function name will be array size. Okay. Now run the program. Okay, now if you run the program means, so run the program. If you want highlight means just put highlight and then run the program. Okay, so vowel count will be available here. So here you have a vowel will be A, I, only two things are available. Okay, two vowel characters are available. So answer is A and I will be displaying that, and vowel count is 2 you are getting over there. Okay, same way if based on your input it will tell. Okay, now Sachin, hello, I am giving that. Okay, now run it. Now vowel count will be different vowel count, you will get it over there. Okay, so you can able to see the answers over there. Understood? So this is the way of using the sub VI. Okay, so the same sub VI you can able to you can able to perform for upper that is you can able to perform for uppercase also. Okay, you can able to in your program you can able to open the VA also. Okay, opening the VA will tell okay what available over there. Okay, so you can able to see this problem also, nothing will happen. Okay, so you can able to do the program for uppercase also. Okay, and develop the program and make it a sub VA again and do the program and get the whatever string you are giving, it will indexing how many vowel characters available, it will return to the as an array. I am returning that. Okay, so how you want you can able to return as a values over there. Okay, better array will be the easy thing. Okay, so to place sub VI, so to place this sub VI, okay, so right click on the block diagram go to right click on the block diagram, okay, scroll this function palette, okay, you will get the option select here. VA will be available, okay, you have a measurement IO, instrument IO, vision and vision and motion probably won't get, okay, mathematics will be available, signal processing will be available. There in that place you have select here. VA will be available, okay, go for select here. VA, go for select a VA and choose the which VA you want, okay, which VA you made as a sub VA, click that VA, okay, and make it, click it over there, okay, keep it, okay, okay, that's it. So do this problem. Any doubts means just tell me, okay. Simple program for creating the sub VI, okay. So any program you can able to create sub VI. Probably in the upcoming class we'll try to create some sub VIs for DataMex function also, okay. But with that we'll again we'll one more time we'll get a practice over there, okay. So do this problem quickly. Any doubts you can ask me, okay. So this is your VA, okay. You developed this VA over there, okay. You have to save this VA definitely, okay. If you want to use it in, you have to use this VA in your main VA means, okay. If you are not saving this VA means you can't able to use this VA later, okay. So save the VA. Like this string subset, you are developing this sub VA also, okay. So you can able to upload, you can able to export this sub VA to function palette also, okay. If it necessary means you can able to upload this sub VA to function palette also, okay. Like if you're clicking in the function palette, you are getting structure, while loop, for loop, you are getting no, like addition you are getting no, like that also you can able to do in LabVIEW also, okay. So do this problem. Completed means tell me. Any doubts means tell me, okay, because very important I said, okay. I'm getting only A in the vowel characters. That is, you have to take the wire from in this place, okay. You have to take the wire from here. You have to take the wire from this place, okay. You have to take the wire from in this place, okay. So taking here means so last terminal, probably not last, entire thing will come over there, okay. How to connect tunneling? Tunneling is, so take a wire here, take a wire from wherever you want, okay. Take the wire from here and connect it to the for loop output border. Just click it, okay, and right click on the tunnel. Here we need to display all the vowel characters. That's why I'm going for indexing tunnel. Right click, okay. Right click on that tunnel mode. Go for tunnel mode there. Choose conditional, okay. So we get two tunnels and connect this connect this tunnel over there, okay. So take a wire from here. First of all, take a wire from here and connect this to for loop output border and click it, okay. It will you can there you can able to see something over there, okay. Something it will happen there, okay. Some animation you will get. Then click it. That's it. That is a tunnel. Then to change a tunnel, right click on the tunnel mode in conditional. Choose that conditional, okay. This is the way to choose the tunnel. So this problem can be done in while loop also, okay. The problem can be done in while loop also, okay. At that time you can use the string in inside the loop also, okay. If you are using considering while loop means. Done, all of you. Yes, done. Okay, if you've done means I said so. We don't have time now. Okay, because if I take graphs and charts means that we don't have time. Okay, so graphs and charts we'll discuss on Monday probably, or along with any topic. Anyway, we are going to discuss graphs and charts. Okay, so we'll discuss graphs and charts on that particular place. Okay, so I said no. You are going to play some game in a lab. Okay. So first you are only going to tell, okay, which one, because you are only going to play, okay. I'm not going to play, okay. Whoever coming first, they can able to take the chance. Still we have a 13 minutes available, okay. So 13 minutes are available, okay. If you completed means save the VA, save all the VAs, okay. So the participation, how we are participating in this chat, group chat, or you are doing in program same way. So this one somewhat relief over there, okay. So I'm talking for almost, I'm talking every day by day, I'm talking 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, I'm talking there, okay. Some small relief. The Friday, today also Friday, okay. So which game we will play first, okay. Let me first. So you have a Mario will be available, Snake game will be available. Which game will play first? Which game you are going to play first? Okay, Mario will be available, Snake will be available. Okay, whichever will go for that one. Okay, so you are only going to tell Mario available, Snake available. Okay, okay, Mario. Most of the people are Mario. I think most of them are 90s kids. Okay, so, okay. I think both the games are related to 90s kids only, probably. Okay, let me go for this game. Okay. So basically what you have to do means in this program, so whoever is going to play the game, I will share my mouse control to you. Okay, so you have to catch the Mario simply. Okay, that is, let's say I'm running the program for your reference. Okay, just I'm running that, you have to catch the Mario. If you're catching the Mario means just keep the mouse cursor on the Mario means you will get a score, you will get. Okay, see the score, you are getting the scores over there, you will get some scores, you will get. Okay, how to catch the particular Mario, you have to catch. Okay, you can't able to play exact Mario, but catching the Mario. Okay, if you're not using a mouse cursor for 1 second, 1 or 2 seconds means the program will be terminated and will tell your score, how many misses you made, how many times the Mario is jumped over there, and how many misses you made, and how many misses you captured correctly. Okay, that is a simple program. Okay, so who is going to play first? So I will share my mouse cursor to you. Okay, you have to tell quickly. Okay, then only you can able to play at least 10 minutes. Okay, or else the time will gone over there. No one. Tell me quickly, tell me your name. Okay, let me share to Jebnit. Okay, okay, now you can take my screen. Okay, Jebnit, run the VI and then can use your mouse. You can able to do that, because the problem is the VI is only going to use mouse only. Okay, not keyboard. Okay, now you can run the program and you can able to use that one. Run the VI. So run it and then use your mouse to catch the Mario. How to catch the Mario? That's it. Okay. So catching means you will get a score. If you are not using the mouse for 1 or 2 seconds means the program will terminate automatically. Okay. Because the program is designed in such a manner. See, I think Jebnit is not used the mouse cursor for a while. Okay. So he scored only 2. He misses 18 things there. 18 misses he made. Okay. So next, anyone? Yes, Praneeth. Probably might be internet. That is because of the internet also the mouse will go somewhat slow. We can able to feel that one also. Okay. Because of the mouse, there is a yes, Pranit, you can use. Because of the internet problem, our mouse wants to go at the time also. You will get some slowness. You can able to find. Okay. Run, run. Go to run is down, down. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, because I think because of the mouse only, I think I am seeing the problem there. Okay. Yes, at last he got one thing. Okay. Yes. Hmm. That's it. Okay. So why I'm showing this problem to you means so at the end of the training, whatever thing we discussed. Okay. So with that discussion, you can able to develop this kind of program like some gaming program you can able to develop in LabVIEW. Okay. So that's the reason I am I'm giving this kind of problems over there. Okay, try to develop the program over there. Okay, once I complete all the topic, just try. Okay, this image and all, we are keeping this image actually. Okay, so here only in the program, wait Pranit, okay, wait. So in the program actually, so this image is a background image we made over there. Okay, in the front panel we are making this image. So one thing, have a stop control will be available and score will be available. This is one boolean value. Okay, boolean control. In the control we are placing one image, we are placing over there. Okay, so if you are getting time means, I will tell how to place image in boolean also. Okay, or any numeric you can able to place the image or whatever image you can able to place over there. Okay, and we use some programming techniques also. Okay, so after completing this core 1 core 2 fully, you will get some idea to do this problem over there. Okay, if you are recollecting means, you will get some idea to do this problem. Okay, stage by stage we are doing means, definitely you can able to develop this kind of programming in LabVIEW, so that you will get some interest to do the programming over there. Okay, that will make you to do my better programming either in LabVIEW as well as in some other technical part also. Okay, because it is apart from technical we are doing these things over there. Okay, definitely this will help you to do project in LabVIEW. Okay, many project are major project, whatever project you can able to do it in LabVIEW with the hardware or without hardware. Okay, whatever. Okay, that will help you to do. Okay, that's why I am keeping this one. Okay, then I will go for next one. Okay, so anybody try that next one? Okay, let me okay, so snake game. So normally you are going to play with a keyboard only. Okay, keyboard keys, the 4 arrow mark keys, we are going to use it over there. Who is going to play? Anybody? I don't know how this game is going to respond. Okay, so anybody interested people? Again Jebnit. So here you are 39 students are there. Okay, so some other can able to come. If I am asking question, you are also telling for that question, but what about this one? You are not interested, or what about your views? You are not interested, or sir again go to topic, sir, will keep a confident topic means, yes I will go to topic also. Using phone. Okay, phone and all means it's okay, probably you are using in mobile. Okay, so I forgot that one. Okay, so probably if we run the program means, so if we start the program means, I am going to I am using my you have to catch the feed food, you have to catch. Okay, that's it. So if you keep like this means, yes, game will over there. Okay, normal how you will play in a Java mobile. Okay, like Nokia 1100, same thing will be, you can able to develop that. Okay, so this kind of program will help you to do something in lab over there. Okay, so you can able to get practice. Not only this problem, you can able to develop any program there. Okay, so you can come as a better program than me also. Okay, so that's the idea we are going to put forward in this training. Okay, so you can able to get something over there. Okay, in the internet you will get so many things over there. Okay, if you are putting this game in internet also, you will get the game. If you will get this program, you will get. Okay, in the internet also you will get. Okay, but take the program as a reference. Okay, take the program as a reference, how they are using the program. Okay, and how you can able to implement the program. Okay, so you can able to think about means, you will get some idea to develop. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you are going to use same program. Okay, you can able to get something and you can make some modification, and developing program from scratch will help you to do one learning over there. Okay, so I am also trying to do one problem over there. Okay, so problem is like a probably I don't know that problem can we do it in this class or no. Probably you may tell, you have to tell. Okay, so I am trying to develop one problem called simple. Okay, so in your mobile phone you have a password will be available, no? So you have a password will be available, not fingerprint or not face unlock. Okay, normal passcode available, no? So you are entering a passcode, you are entering over there, 4 dots will be available. Okay, so you are going to set one password. Suppose you are placing 1 2 3 4, you are placing over there, and that problem will be saved in your memory. Defaultly that the password will be saved in your mobile phone or same memory over there. Okay, again if you are entering same 1 2 3 4 means, then only the program your mobile phone will unlock over there. Okay, I'm trying to do that problem over there. Okay, just I'm doing that one. If it is away, if I can able to do it in computer means, I will do this problem in this place also. Okay, so you can able to do how we are doing in exactly on mobile phone. Okay, suppose you are typing 1 2 3 4, you are typing there 1 2 3, you are typing there. Okay, suddenly you are forgetting one number, you have to delete that means, yes, you want to delete that value 3 means, yes, we can able to delete that. So that thing I'm doing the problem there. Okay, if I complete it means, we'll discuss the problem in this training. Okay, so I don't know. Yes, basically develop without LabVIEW. Yes, you can able to run the games also. Okay, without LabVIEW also you can able to run. Good question actually. So without LabVIEW also you can able to run the games also. Okay, so by using this GUI user interface, the front panel can able to run the problem. But you need to make this VA as a exe file. Exe file you have to make. Okay, so I am planning that also. Okay, because syllabus is available. I want to do all those things you want regarding LabVIEW Core 1 and Core 2 because that will play major role doing the developing this kind of programming over there. Okay, so I'm not getting the time to do that. Okay, so I'm just trying to get some time in that particular place. Okay, if I completed the syllabus on day 10, probably half an hour before means we'll try to make any one of the program. We created one program as a exe file so that suppose if the computer having no LabVIEW is not available means you can able to run the this LabVIEW program in that computer also. Okay, but you have to use LabVIEW runtime engine. You have to install, then you can able to run this program. Okay, it will be helpful to do any labs there. Okay, suppose students are suppose if faculties are available, probably in the training any faculty available means suppose you want to provide any I want to run the VI. So if the user is giving this input, I will get the output. You are developing the code, okay, but the students can't able to see the code over there. Our end user can't able to see the code, but they can able to interact with the front panel and they can able to change the whatever things they want. So all these things they can able to done with that with the exe file. Okay, so that's very important. With time permission will do that, or else you can in NI you can able to get this information also. Okay, so once you know familiar with the programming means you can able to do this also. Okay, so that's it. Okay, tomorrow and after tomorrow you have a holiday. Okay, weekend, so holiday will be there. Okay, so apart from this program developing programming, all those